Alrighty, well, is it? I think it's day 4. Uh, this is day 4 of the daily upload thingy. Hopefully, it's still going by chance. I'm bringing, I think, some Cowboy and Patient gameplay. And this replay, I'm only in duos. Yeah, duos. I am playing with little girl, Lola. She's playing with me, and this gameplay, as you can see, was kind of looking tough because Prospect kind of like died in less than like 30 seconds, not even 30 probably, which I'm not hating, but like it's just not looking good for us. But I believe it brought Tide, so this is already looking tough, and he does have abnormal as his starting trait, so that on its own is just not looking a real good start. And Postman already took another hit, so this is looking like a really good position for the Percy, and probably a little bit of a loss, like a hardcore loss, if not a really lucky draw. But when you're going against a Percy, as Cowboy, the best advice that I can kind of just give you is, believe it or not, you can counter Percy pretty well. It's just really depending on mind games, because you can lasso the pallets or ciphers, and the Percy will be like hesitant to dash right after you, and sometimes that's a really good thing and that's a really bad thing. But if you can time it correctly and you can make it work, wow! I didn't realize Prospector got really lucky there. I think it's because there's little steps. Yeah, there's little steps right there that costed him from getting hit. That's crazy. But you can also like lock on to Percy before he dashes, and if you nail the timing, you can like basically basically flip over him mid dash. So there's that. But right now, this gameplay again looking very tough. Prospect just one more hit away from getting knocked down and being dead and bleeding out. Going after little girl at Shack. I'm over here trying to pick him up because I have Tide Turner, so this is no good for me. I think he said, forget about saving it. I don't know if he really wanted me to leave him because he had self-heal. I don't even know if he had self-heal, but I wasn't going to bother, so I was just going to heal him up. Right now, my duo is still doing a pretty good job kiting. Percy's kind of a counter to a little girl because he can just swing and the pages won't affect like him getting pushed. He does that. So now, what is going on is this is where the game changer is, because I low-key I'm in trying to decode this cipher, and I'm in my mindset I'm like, well, if he dies, he dies. But there's a trick you can do with Cowboy. Watch. So like he gets stumped, he's gonna die. You could just lasso him out of it, and that way he doesn't die. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to kite and decode and try to help this prospector not die, because it looks like this prospector only got one thing on his mind, and that's just looping this window, because this hunter doesn't have confined space. So that means this Percy is most likely running down and trump card, which is not a bad build, but you can get looped here. So he does it again. I see him like, okay, hold up, let me go get this kid, and got him. And now I gotta go drop him and go back to do that the same thing over and over. No, pick him up, drop him, gotta go back to decoding. So now he's getting kind of sick of me. So now I'm like, just like graffiti and being like, okay, look, you gotta admit, I know I'm annoying you, but that was kind of cool. Admit it. So that's what I'm graffitiing, and I'm bad at the game because I got like mind game. So I'm bad at the game. But right now I looked over him. I see him that he abnormals my cipher because it's all kick it. So that's a little like eh. But here's the thing. This Percy is losing the prospector. He's wasting time on me. And then I just realized Postman has the last cipher. Little girl has the last cipher. And when I realized that, I was like, oh wait, I shouldn't be decoding the third cipher. I should be helping out that prospector, because I see Postman ping. I see the prospector getting chased. I'm like, okay, well, tie maybe. And then I see whatchamacallit, I'm supposed to see little girl ping. Once I saw little girl ping and then both ping, I was like, oh wait, now I gotta go help him out. I just realized that because little girl wasn't pinging. I don't blame her, she just doesn't ping sometimes. So now I'm looking for the prospector, hopefully to try to keep him alive, and that's what I'm gonna try to do, and hopefully turn this into a win, or if not a tie. So what I'm gonna do to body block is, you can't body block the crashes. So I need to body block passageways like this. But I don't know how he just slipped through. So now also my duo is gonna come over here and help out. and just try to body block for the prospect to keep him alive. I'm playing risky here. So what I'm doing is I'm purposely going for the gate on purpose. I'm going to the gate on purpose so that way the hunter panics and is baited to go after me. Because if I can kite decently in this decent area, I can potentially give it time for my teammates to leave. Because he does not want me to open up this gate. Because if he risks me opening up this gate, he loses. But he realized that, doesn't want to chase me, switches to teleport, and they're already out. So by that chance, that just means I'm going to open up this gate and just leave. But no, yeah. I just thought posting this one because the little cowboy countering Percy with a little crashing was kind of funny. And yeah, so pretty viable, and hopefully maybe you guys try it out too. Alright, this is the second gameplay. This is a painter gameplay, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, painter gameplay. This happened actually today, the day of I guess, uploading, I think, is when I got this gameplay. So this was like literally the rank before the next day. Basically, I bring Flywheel on Painter because I feel like Painter does get countered by a lot of hunters like BQ and other main hunters like Bonbons and Sculptor. There we go. Sometimes Wheel. And what I'd like to do is, as like you can see right there, I bring Dead Hard because Dead Hard or Flywheel again is pretty nice. And it buy me that 1 millisecond just to get my painting. So you can see I got my painting. I was able to juke. I'm juking all these stuff, knowing the range, just juking it. And I know I'm going to be in a tough position, so I'm going to place down my painting early. So he looks at it, and then my cooldown is going down. And I know he has tentacles, so what I'm doing is positioning myself where it's harder to place those tentacles, where I can easily juke around objects, walls, and stuff like that. So now I'm going to just juke around this, just to get that painter building. As you can see, look, he's going to charge attack. I'm tie-kiting around this really hard, and I got my second painting. So now, I'm just going to nonchalantly use it because I'm going to have to. So I use it, drop the pallet, and run away because I have enough time. I'm going to just keep a simple eye on him and try to like see if I can keep looping him here, not taking him too far, because he hasn't used a trait. I use my Flywheel, so I'm basically just like lucky guy with the boost. I'm going to just, you can see mind gaming this. He blinks there. And now this is gonna be like kind of like a whatever works, because now I have no Flywheel, no pallet boost. This is all mind games. What I can do, can I get stuns, hits, whatever. As you can see, he ends up mind gaming me there because I really can't do anything. I don't want to take the tentacle hit, so I'm gonna just take a standard hit and keep going back to Shack. Thing about this though, what I should have noticed is that there is basement there. So I should have kept note of that, but I completely forgot because I was just too busy, painting about life. I'm a real artistic artist. I paint pictures, so I was too busy being an art kid. But as you can see, look, all I'm doing is basically looping him, able to vault this, but I can't do much. I don't want to give him a terror shock, so I just die. So now that was pretty much a 3-cipher kite. We got Officer and then working on this cipher, and I believe Little Girls, my duo, is working on the cipher at front gate. So I got basement, and basement Feaster is kind of a bit of a problem. But he did use Blink. He's not full fed, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But he does have a really big hitbox range, so a lot of Feasters will try to put tentacles at the bottom so they can just do stuff like what they try doing. But the thing about him is that he has a really big hitbox. So what he can just do is use his big hitbox to like get no attack recovery on us. As you can see, look, watch. Tentacle, he's gonna try to throw it back, hit one of us, and if he fails, he just has the big hitbox to get no attack recovery and get that. So he kind of messed up here because what the Feaster should have been doing is smacking me to get full presence, but this is how broken Trump card is. People keep thinking, oh, like the Hunter has Iron Claw or Giant Claw. That's not true. I keep getting like it's like, bruh, that's not always the case. Every survivor that I see gets dragged to basement or gets dragged really far. It's like the Hunter has Iron Claw. Like, no one really carries Iron Claw or Giant Claw, whatever it's called. Nobody really carries that. It's just how broken Trump card is. Like, people keep forgetting that Trump card gives you a 15% movement increase while carrying on balloons. That's pretty fast. So, like, obviously you can go pretty far with it. So a lot of people just don't know how to use that to its full potential. So I'm gonna fake, like I'm gonna vault here, so that way he thinks I'm gonna go for a Terror Shock, but I'm not. So now I'm gonna tell him to pop. I don't want to vault that, because if they vault with Tide Turner, Oh well, I didn't see that, but well, that's tough. But I want to vault with Titan because even though I vault, if he Terror Shocks me and they pop the Cypher, I'm gonna still go down. So you need to keep that in mind. You don't want to panic late game. You don't want to panic at all. If you panic and forget like what you're supposed to do, like stuff like that can actually throw. And not in a tie or a win after you dig a decent or good kite can be very, very dreadful. So now here's the problem. The problem is we have a survivor on share. Me and little girl are trying to rush. I told him to get out of here because there's a potential that we can all escape. But as predicted, trump card. So now little girl ironically teleports right there and gets smacked. And since they have the what's it called? The rocket share, he has max berserker. So that means his attack recovery is pretty fast. So he was able to pick up. If he didn't have that, the little girl would have been able to crawl out. So now what's going to happen is that first officer is going to sit here and distract, and I'm going to go back and get Prospector, and our job is to basically both pressure the hunter to go for the gate. This is all pressuring. You need to play this very, very well. If you're ever in a situation where you're kind of in a situation where there's someone on chair and there's two, like you're injured or whatever, and you need to go through this one exit gate, then you need to understand that what you're going to have to do is pressure, mind game, do whatever you can. Just don't go for a simple execute plan where you just try to like rush it or do whatever. Right here, I try to make the little girl fuse with me. That way she can go through, but I realized that she can't do that because she got off chair. But Prospector was able to summon with a magnet, and we were able to get out. But unfortunately, Prospector was dead here. So overall, that's my painter gameplay. Pretty good. And yeah, I guess you guys hope you enjoy. Also, just before I go, if you guys wanted to, literally just write down anything in the comments that you guys want me to answer low-key. Because what I'm planning to do future videos, I guess low-key, is just edit the comments that I have any questions you guys have or whatever. And I will put them on screen at the end of the gameplay. And like I'll just kind of like answer them. So I think that would be pretty nice to do. So yeah. Anyways, that's my gameplay.